Republicans are raising questions about the 4 new members of the University of Minnesota Board of Regents named by Governor Tim Walz.
Regents are usually elected to the nonpartisan volunteer board by the legislature, but that didn't happen this year.
Tom Hauser's live at the U of M right now to explain why and how it led to a controversial process. Tom?
Yeah, Kevin, the legislature bogged down in budget negotiations and a special session last spring and failed to elect a new slate of members of the Board of Regents for only the 5th time in 100 years. That left the appointments up to Governor Walz, and it turns out 3 of the 4 members that he appointed have donated to his various campaigns.
Some great challenges that I think.
State lawmakers interviewed candidates for 4 open U of M Board of Regents seats in March. However, budget negotiations bogged down the session, and lawmakers failed to elect new regents. So it was left to Governor Walz to start his own process, which led to these 4 new members being selected by him with no input from the legislature.
It's incredibly unusual that the governor would completely disregard all the work of the legislature and the RCAC committee. They put in 8 months worth of work, and so did the candidates.
2 of the new regents appointed by Walz did go through the legislative process, Ellen Lugar and Kosar Mohammed. 2 others, Samuel Hines and Joel Bergstrom, popped up after the governor reopened the selection process. Hines is a former ambassador to Norway who has donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to Democrats, including to Tim Walz, dating back to his days in Congress. Is it a concern that those contributions make this look like these were very partisan picks?
I am very concerned. It looks like a pay to play. That's what it looks like.
In a statement announcing the picks, Walz said, quote, "They will bring a wide range of experiences and perspectives, united by a deep commitment to the university's mission." But in May, lead Democrats on the House and Senate higher ed committees sent a letter to the governor urging him to select a slate of regents that, quote, "embodies the core values of the DFL."
To all of Minnesota.
Ann Sheldon was a finalist in the legislative process. She was also interviewed by Walz, but wonders why 2 candidates who didn't go through the process were chosen over her.
Why didn't they step forward 10 months ago, and why now? So they weren't vetted. They didn't go through the process. They didn't talk to the legislatures. As far as I know, they didn't spend any time with students, and the rest of us did.
And Sheldon was considered a strong candidate. She's a former Medtronics executive and earned a 2024 U of M Alumni Service Award. All 4 of the regents selected by Governor have donated to Democratic candidates in the past, but much smaller amounts than Hines did. A spokesperson for Governor Walz told me this afternoon, quote, "Being a donor can't be disqualifying." However, Republicans point out all 4 of the appointed board members have donated only to Democrats. Live on the U of M campus, Tom Hauser, 5 Eyewitness News.